Right, come on Streamlabs, please behave. So, are we back? Let's see. Ashley's got it, Christian's got it. Seems to be behaving, I think. Had to completely shut down Streamlabs and start that again. Typical. Okay, let's continue. We need to make up for lost time as well now. Let's get the AP up and running, get passengers boarded. It's a long flight today. We need to get going. Right, let's just check on the overhead what we got. Everything down here should be all set up for us to go. Really, aircraft is in its turnaround state. Let me just go ahead and start by getting the current METAR. We've got ATC as well here, I think, today. So let's see. Gatwick information. Charlie is current and QNH is 1019. Runway 08 right. Yeah, fantastic. Okay then, let me go to our mass and balance page. And we're going to start getting things loaded. We're going to take 8 tons of fuel with us today. There we go. Oh, no, try again. There we are, 8 tons of fuel. Right, let me now go and see if we can get that APU started. Dark as the ATC disappeared now. Oh well, that means it will not get held up, so I guess that's that's good. Alright guys, I'm hopeful that we're back. So, literally, where we were, we've got everything set up as should be. Oh, except, where's my live weather gone? We haven't got live weather, because QNH should be 1019. Oh. Now Microsoft Flight Simulator's not playing ball. Definitely not good. We definitely want some live weather for our long flight today. Okay, right. Let me go back to the main menu and we'll load back in. Make sure everything's turned back on. I'm gonna have to rush this setup as well because I do have a school run to do. I've got to be out of here for 15:15 Zulu time. Have we got the camera shake issue? Oh, I know what's happening with that. I know how we can fix that, but that is a pain. Let me have a look. Right, okay, I know how we can fix this. Bear with me one second. Let me just swap over the view. Hang on. There, that should be better. Right, let me check that we've got live weather sorted. General options. Check the data. Yeah, everything's on. Should we try again? See what happens. So that juttering effect that you just saw, I've spent ages trying to solve it. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. Whilst we're going to get out of Gatwick as well, I have just dropped the settings of the sim slightly as well. I've just preset them everything to high. We could perhaps go in and tweak it once we're airborne. We've just got to get out of Gatwick. Once again, the Gatwick it's still a problem. It wasn't a problem last night. Got in no issues whatsoever. Right, do we have live weather? Let's see. Let the Phoenix do its thing, load itself up. Live weather is working. Well, QNH is anyway. Right, should we actually get started? Are we in turnaround state? Yes, we are. Everything is good there. Right, we need to get passengers on board and we need to get loading. Otherwise, I'm going to be late. In real life, not just in the sim.
Cabin crew, we're all happy with how things are up here, so now open the doors and start letting our passengers on board. Thank you. No problem.
So as we discussed, we're going to take 8 tons of fuel. Let's get that loaded in. Now, if we can move the slider to 8, that would be lovely. There we go. Right, let's load our aircraft. You know what? I'm going to set fast time for this as well. So let's load it a little bit quicker than normal. Alright, so I need to go ahead and just set up the box once again, nice and quickly. We'll have plenty of time to chat on the long flight today. Let's get out of Gatwick though, before anything else goes wrong. Seems flying into Gatwick is a lot easier than taking off from Gatwick. Alright, so IRS, we've got 3 nav green, aircraft status, we've got the correct air cycle in, CFM engines, all's fine. Init B, let's do our Init B request. Thankfully we've already done our pre-departure briefing, so that's all taken care of. Let's have a look at our operational flight plan. That is pinned in the chat if anybody wants to follow that along today. So our flight number is Echo Zulu Yankee Easy 43 Zulu Yankee. Cost index today of 4, we might increase that, and flight level 370. Ground temperature is 19 and the tropo is 35534. And we've got... Do you know what? I'm just going to take it as read that they're fine. Let's pretend we've already checked those. Let's do the wind uplink. So if you are just joining us, welcome. We've had a false start to the stream today. Streamlabs not playing ball, and then Microsoft's live weather not playing ball. So we've had to reset a couple of times. Fingers crossed. Right, flight plan. We're going to be departing Gatwick runway 08 right, which means it's the long taxi as well. Dover to Papa departure. Insert, and then the arrival at the other end for split. We're going to be doing the RNAV 23 approach, and that's on the Sal 1 Yankee arrival. Sal 1 Yankee, and the approach via is, I can't remember. Let me just grab the charts. The approach via for the arrival is Lassell, I think. Yes, Lassell. Okay, so they're fine. Quickly double check the coding for the departure. I'll worry about the arrival in cruise, but yeah, that all looks good. Radnav page, don't need anything to put into there, so that's all good. Right, Init B, let's come across and check our pre-departure load sheet. So we've got preliminary load sheet, we've got zero fuel weight 55.5. We're not very heavy today, guys, it's quite a light flight. We've got a zero fuel weight CFG of 31.5. There we go. Fuel for our alternate, should we need it, is 1.2. And fuel planning, we've got 8 tons on board, so hopefully this will be less than 8 tons. Oh, that's interesting. 8.8 tons? Really? Right. Let's load 9 tons on there then, shall we? Okay. So in order to do that, I'm going to go to my menu here, go to the config page, fuel, and I'm going to say, do you know what, actually I want 9 tons of fuel on board, please. There we go. Doesn't affect zero fuel weight or zero fuel weight center of gravity, of course, but we are indeed loading 9 tons of fuel. So we'll update that. There we go, fuel on board. So then, that's all sorted. That tells us we're going to have a takeoff weight of 64.3. Let's go ahead then and check our tablet and have a look at a departure performance. So 08 right, dry, config 1, off, 64.3, and our takeoff weight CFG is probably going to be different now that I've updated that fuel, but let's see. Takeaway CFG is 29.6. Grab live weather. Intersection data. I could do with a shorter taxi if that's possible, considering that we're late. So let's see. We could look at either we're very light as well, so either Fox Romeo or Golf Romeo. Let's check the intersection data. Okay, we can take Golf. That's the shortest one. It's not Golf Romeo, it's Golf. Golf Romeo is a rapid exit taxiway. So yeah, but let's take Golf. 142, 142, 145. Transition altitude 6,000 feet. Thrust reduction acceleration is 1203. And that's flaps 1 with a flex of 67. Done. Let's come to the secondary flight plan then. So, secondary flight plan. We'll just copy the active flight plan. The engine out procedure here is standard, so we, once passing 1700 feet, make a right turn to Willow. So let's pop in let me grab the chart and have a quick look, see how we can go and program this. Right, so let's pop in at this point. Echo Golf Kilo Kilo. We'll pop in 15 miles, and the runway heading for Gatwick is 078. I can't put the runway threshold in here at the minute, not quite sure why. So we would normally put in 08, but 08 right, but it doesn't allow me to. Then it's right turn to Willow. And then we can enter the hold at Willow. Inbound track is 284. And left turns. Done. After that, of course, we'll be returning back to Gatwick. If we need to. And that will be 08. Right. There it is. There's the engine out procedure. That looks lovely. Beautiful. Passengers are boarded. Sorry guys, I know I'm not paying too much attention to the chat. Really need to get out of here today. Otherwise we're not going to have time to do the full flight, which would be disastrous. I think passengers are all loaded. That's set up. Okay, let's do the fastest brief ever. So we're parked at stand 57. No ATC, so we can go where we like. We're going to push back facing. We're going to push back facing west, and then from there we're going to taxi out on Lima, Romeo Alpha. From Romeo Alpha, then right on Juliet, and then we're going to hold at Golf 1 for runway 08 right. Departure is straightforward. I'm just going to show you one here. Straightforward, INAV departure, initial climb 6,000 feet. Let's go ahead and set that. Initial climb 6,000. No speed restrictions. Standard Airbus emergency brief. Engine out procedure is standard. Right hand turn once passing 1,700 feet. Enter the hold at Willow, and then we'll decide whether we're arriving back or continuing. Obviously, engine out procedure. We would probably be landing back. I don't fancy going to Croatia on one engine. Weather here in Gatwick is beautiful. We're at our. We're literally just at. We're going to be taking off at our maximum landing weight, so we can get back here. No times to be aware of. Aircraft is fully serviceable, and MSA on our departure is 2,300 feet. So very few threats with regards to terrain, anything like that. Lateness, that could be a threat. Get there itis for those of aviation aficionado fans that have heard that term before. Right, everything's all done. Let's get the pre-flight departure checks completed. APU is up and running. We can disconnect that. Seatbelt signs can come on. And if we're good to go, we can probably make sure all the doors are closed. Is the jetway still there or not? Oh yeah, it is.
Hi Gavin, all the passengers are on board and we're ready to go. I'll bring you a cup of tea after we've taken off.
Great stuff, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself, the first officer, and the cabin crew, may I welcome you on board this Easyjet aircraft for your flight today. The ground crew and the fueling crew have all finished, and we're just about finished with all our cockpit preparation up here. The cabin crew are making their final checks as they work through the cabin, so if you could please get yourselves sat down comfortably with your seatbelts securely fastened and give them their full attention as they begin their safety briefing. A big welcome on board today to our Easyjet Sim Pilot members, who of course are welcome to free complimentary drinks throughout the flight. Once we reach our cruising altitude, our cabin service will commence, and the cabin crew will be able to provide you with drinks, snacks and merchandise throughout the duration of the flight. Once again, I'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with Easyjet today. We'll have an update for you when we are airborne.
Takeoff performance calculations are valid, and our takeoff weight CFG is 27.4. Right, just need to check that. Are they valid? Takeoff weight is. What did we calibrate it at? Oh no, it's more than 2% out. Right, I need to just redo these. So this is now 27.4. Let's recalculate. 142, 142, 145, flex 67, flaps 1, 142, 142, 145, flaps 67, flaps 1. Still the same. Wonderful. Right, so before start, checklist to the line. Cockpit preparation is complete. Signs are on and auto. ADIRS 3 nav green. Fuel quantity is 8980 kilograms. Set and balanced. FMGS is set. Altimeter is 1019. That is 200 feet.
Cabin crew, we're about ready for flags. If you please out the door there and cross check. Thank you.
Okay, let's get the tug into position. I am aware, guys, that I'm not paying too much attention to the chat at the moment due to the very late start of the stream. I am in need of getting out of here really in the next 10-15 minutes if I can help it. Otherwise I'm going to be struggling to get us into split. Okay, so tug is into position. Let's get on Unicom 122.8. Let's make the call. Check there's nothing behind us. Oh.
Gatwick traffic at 10:11 Kilo Foxtrot, please establish Dallas approach 108 right. Gatwick.
So company traffic is behind, so we'll just announce that we're waiting to push. Gatwick traffic, easy 43 Zulu Yankee, stand 53. We're ready to push, waiting for company traffic to begin their taxi, so we're clear. Alright, so let's run our before start checklist below the line. So windows and doors are now closed and armed, beacon light is on, phone is on silent, parking brake is set.
And Gatwick traffic, Easyjet 73 Victor Echo is 5.7 miles, final.
Hopefully 08 right. Right, I'm going to begin starting the engines on stand. We shouldn't affect anyone, they're all clear. Beacon light is on, so engine mode selector to normal, to ignition, and starting engine 1.
Gatwick traffic, KLM 801, taxiing to 08 right and holding short, waiting 2 inbound.
Gatwick traffic, Easyjet 875, taxi via Lima, Romeo Alpha and Juliet, holding short to 08 right.
Oh, is that the company traffic behind us? Is that Dark Fury? There he goes. EasyJet 43 Zulu Yankee Gatwick traffic, pushing back now from stand 53, facing west. Okay, let's go. Parking brake released. Engine number 1 is available, starting engine 2. So if you are just joining us, then welcome. A stream that started about an hour ago. maybe a little bit more actually, due to some technical issues. We had to restart a couple of times. One due to the lack of live weather, one due to Streamlabs.
We now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle, and 2 at the front of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to
Gatwick
an exit.
traffic, KLM
Please be aware
801,
that your
holding
nearest
short
exit
of
may be
Easyjet 1.
behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from
Gatwick
above.
traffic,
Pull the
Easyjet
mask
73
towards you
Victor
to
Echo,
start
runway
oxygen.
08 right
Put the
vacated.
mask over your nose and mouth. Hold in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat.
Gatwick
Put
traffic,
it over your
KLM
head.
801,
As the
after
tapes around
landing
your waist,
traffic, line up and wait
click
to 08
together.
right.
Engine
and
number
pull the
2
strap to
stabilised.
adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrest down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened. We wish you a pleasant flight with Easyjet.
Okay, let's just go ahead and set the trim. Oh, has ATC just come online? Well, there we go. After start checklist, anti-ice is off, ECAM status is checked, pitch trim is 27.4, rudder trim is 0. Now let's check out that ATC. Yeah, Gatwick grounds on line 1218. This could hold us up. Gatwick ground, good afternoon, Easy 43 Zulu Yankee. Just pushed back from stand 53 requesting departure Dover to Papa and QNH 1019.
Evil 3 Zulu Yankee Gatwick ground, good afternoon to you. Just send you a reroute text, just let me know if you can accept it. Break KD 875 also send you a reroute, let me know if you can accept it.
Stand by, Easy 43 Zulu Yankee.
Hold in position, Easyjet 75.
Right, let me grab the chart and have a look, see if we can find this this reroute. So I'm aware at the moment, guys, you can't see the charts, but I'll try and sort that once we're airborne. Why do we need a reroute? This is essentially exactly the same anyway. Right, so it's going to be Oddvik Yankee 311, then Dover. So, clear, clear, clear. So, to Oscar, Delta, Victor, India, Kilo. From there, we take Yankee 311 to Delta Victor Romeo. Where's my departure gone? Oh, that's annoying. I Gatwick ground, Easy 43 Zulu Yankee. We can accept the new filed flight plan.
Easy 3 Zulu Yankee, thank you. I'll update that in the flight plan for you. The clearance is to split the Odvik to Zulu departure runway 08 right and squawk 7536.
Cleared via the Odvik 2 Zulu departure squawk 7536, Easy 43 Zulu Yankee.
Easy 43 Zulu Yankee, read back correct. Impression Alpha, current QNH1019, and you can report ready for taxi.
We'll go Easy 43 Zulu Yankee. Right, I need to now find that chart and make it automatically, because I put it in manually rather, because it's disappeared. So let's just check. Odvik to Zulu. There we go. Right, so let me pop this. SID in. No turns below 710, so that's fine. We're then going to go to Kilo Echo 04. Let's try that again. Kilo Echo 04. Then Kilo Echo 10. Kilo Echo 17. And there's a constraint of 6,000 feet at Odvik. Right, we've built that up. Oh look, for some reason the departure runway has reappeared. How strange. Okay, flight control check. Full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, and neutral. Okay, runway change hasn't changed, but flight plan has been revised. Engine out, SID is still the same. Flight control unit altitude is still initial climb 6,000 feet. Takeoff performance hasn't changed. Let's get our taxi clearance. Easy 43 Zulu Yankee is ready for taxi.
Easy 43 Zulu Yankee, roger. You can taxi Lima, Sierra, and Juliet. Hold Juliet 4.
Taxi Lima Sierra Juliet, hold Juliet 4, and just for information we can depart via Golf 1.
Easy 43 Zulu Yankee, roger. You can taxi Lima, Sierra, Juliet, and Golf, and then you can hold at Golf 1.
Cleared Lima Sierra Juliet and then hold Golf 1. Easy 43 Zulu Yankee.
Ground, Easy 875, we can set block routing.
Easy 875, thank you. I've updated that in your flight plan. You cleared split the Odvik to Zulu departure and you squawk 3374. Mission Alpha, QNH 1019.
QNH 1019, squawking 2374, Easy 875.
Easy 875, read back correct. You can report ready to taxi.
Roger, we're ready to taxi Easy 875.
Alright, so very quick PEDS check then. So, no change to the performance, just a different SID.
875, roger, you can taxi Romeo, Juliet, hold short Sierra.
Engine out procedure is
Taxi Romeo,
standard.
Juliet, hold short Sierra.
That's still the same, 1,700 feet, right turn Willow. The
And
departure
just before you start,
is now
just make sure you squawk in tree
Oryx
74
to Zulu. And the initial climb is 6,000. Oh, what a busy old morning. This is a nice straight part of the taxiway on Lima, so let's run the before takeoff checklist. So flight controls have been checked, departure briefing is confirmed. Flight setting config 1, FMA takeoff data 142 blue, 145 agenda, climb nav blue, 1FD2, 6000 blue, flex 67. Transponder set, Eco memo, takeoff no blue, AFB stowed.
36, got around, hello, declared Brussels, the Odvic to Zulu departure, squawk 0476, information Alpha, QNH 1019.
Clear to destination, Odvic to Zulu departure, squawk 0476, information Alpha, QNH 1019, Easy 166.
Easy 16363 back right.
Yeah, getting a SID change straight after pushback is inconvenient. It's even more inconvenient when it comes with the rerouting. Had we been told the new standard instrument departure, or had we been told could we accept a new standard instrument departure routing via Odvic, I'd have known where it was going with that, and we could have perhaps done that a little bit quicker, but never mind. Husanja, hey mate, I've just dropped this, just for Gatwick, I've just dropped everything down to high settings for the moment. I say just. Gatwick issues. Once we're airborne, if we're making good time, we're going to jump into the settings and we'll knock it back to ultra, see how we get on.
Gatwick Grand Scandinavian 4 November India on Charlie requesting taxi to gate.
Scandinavian 4 November India, Gatwick Ground, hello, welcome to Gatwick. You can taxi second
Just
right
checking for any traffic
Juliet,
coming from our left.
Papa,
Yeah, thought there was an
Kilo,
Easyjet
and then
there.
it'll be stand 3
He's
2
told us
right.
we can continue our taxi, so we will do. I think that's Dark Fury. He will yield
Taxi
to us.
and Juliet Papa Kilo and stand of choice. Scandinavian 4 November India.
Anthony, this is freeware.
Scandinavian 2871, Gatwick Ground, hello, I'll be clearance when you're ready to copy.
Confirm Scandinavian 281.
Hussein, yeah.
2871.
Panning is the issue. Try not to pan.
Train 1 Zulu departure, runway 08 right, and just squawk 1146.
Clear to Copenhagen by the phone 1 Zulu departure runway 08 right and squawk 1146 Scandinavian 281.
Scandinavian 2871, way back right, confirmation Alpha, QNH 1019 up, break, Easy 875, you can continue your taxi, Juliet, hold Juliet 4.
Continue taxi Juliet, hold Juliet 4, Easy 875.
Scandinavian 281 is ready for taxi.
Scandinavian 2871.
Hussein, at the moment I'm just on
Sierra,
high.
Juliet,
Literally the
Juliet
preset
4.
high.
Touch fire.
Yeah. Gatwick is the biggest issue with anything.
Uniform 3 Zulu Yankee, unfortunately nothing further for you. It's going to be Unicom 122 Decimal. Have a good flight, bye bye.
Over to Unicom now. Thanks very much, Easy 43 Zulu Yankee. Wouldn't matter what departure we took then, would it? Now, just need to make sure I get the correct left turn here for golf. I think it's this left turn coming up just here. I should have requested permission for a high-speed taxi, shouldn't I? Those frame rates are going to get so much better once we've departed Gatwick. And bear in mind, I am still locked at 30 FPS. Okay, Gatwick traffic, easy 43 Zulu Yankee line, and runway 08 right on the Orix 2 Zulu departure. Can't see anything on TCAS, approach path looks clear. Before takeoff, checklist below the line. Cabin is secured, engine mode selector is normal, TCAS, TARA, packs are off, anti-ice off. Jason, does the tower come online? Quick, let's get out of here. I know that's not what it should be, but I really am now looking at the clock and panicking that we're not going to get to Split. We're going to get like 15 miles outside and then I'm going to have to say, I'm sorry, I've got to go on the school run. Right. Take off. Start the chrono. Set 50% M1. I'm going to do a rolling takeoff. Set takeoff thrust man flex SRS runway. Checked. V1 rotate. Nav.
Positive rate of climb. Gear up.
That nose is really high because we're quite light. And just lower the nose. Set climb thrust. Thrust climb. Climb. Autopilot 1 engaged. Passing S speed, flap 0, no further ATC. Let's give ourselves a climb up to flight level 21 will do. And pop that into open climb, 210 blue. Away we go. Oh, were they not linked for some reason? They were linked yesterday. Must not have saved that. Discontinuity in the flight plan. Sounds very quiet at the back there, doesn't it? Very quiet indeed. Keith Gurner, thanks very much for the follow. Kyle, you may have asked a couple of questions, mate, but that was the that was what I call sterile cockpit rules. My attention is focused not on the chat, and I do say, you know, when we're on the ground, just let's get airborne, and then I will answer anything you want.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened.
We've
while
got
the
2
seatbelt
hours to
sign is
chat.
on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at
the
each
moment,
end of the cabin.
just monitoring things.
Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes.
Look how those frame rates have improved drastically now. Gatwick is behind us. I bet I could ramp up the settings again now. Right, 10,000 feet, levelling off to Axel. Right, flight level 370 is a go. .370 blue. Nothing in the RadNav page to turn out, so that's good. Seatbelt signs can come off, guys. I think we can relax. Early days, but flight plan says we should be there at 50. That would be great. If I can get into Split at 1500, I can relax. That leaves me about 20 minutes spare. Right, now I can come back to the chat. Oh, aeronautics, fanboy. There was so much traffic in Gatwick a week ago on VATSIM yesterday on the ground for 1.5 hours, only to crash after departure, handed you over to Unicom. That is because, and I'm convinced of this, the longer you stay on the ground at Gatwick, the more your PC gets clogged up with resources being hogged, and hence the pushback bug or takeoff bug. And what is all this all about? Online services unreachable. Right, fair enough. Yeah, so I had the same thing. We used to get several crashes just after getting pushed back, and I think it's the longer you're on the ground with lots of traffic, particularly like me, if you're using AIG as well, that is a massive resource hogger. Gav, hey mate, good evening. Is it evening or is it just clicking over to morning for you now? Gav, thank you so much for your $5 Australian super chat. Thank you so much. Very kind of you for your continued support of the channel. Big channel supporter. Thanks, Gav. Crump says, must be something in the custom Gatwick scenery that's not performing well. It could be that. You know what? It could just be Microsoft Flight Simulator. Kyle, I did used to run Microsoft Flight Sim on a hard drive, indeed, and I didn't used to have many issues. Load times were obviously longer, but ordinarily it was okay. But now we're on an SSD. Those load times are super fast. Well, super fast compared to what I was used to. Will this message do one? How do we get that to disappear? I don't even know if I can. Do you know what I will do? Now we're happy airborne and climbing. I'm going to go very quickly. Let me see if we can just have a look. Data, all of those are on. That's fine. Right, graphics. Let me chuck that back to ultra. Not that. Buildings, trees, and things like that. That can come back down. Motion blur can come off. Light shafts, turn those down. That'll do. Yeah, I need to be quick. I shouldn't pause when I'm on VATSIM. But there we go. So, no idea how to get rid of that. Does clicking it do something? Oh. You learn something new every time. It's still there though. That could be there forever. Right, I'm having a look at the routing, see if there's anything we can do with regards to cutting a few miles off our flight today. Let's see. Oh, we've successfully reconnected. And we've lost it again. This is a Microsoft Flight Sim server issue. Right, so here is our route. Oh, there's a massive direct that I could potentially look at. Look at the... I think we'll keep an eye on that. We'll stay away from Frankfurt, and we'll see if we can cut a few miles off here. See. Do we reckon that this online services message is going to be bugging us for the entire flight? Stephen Owen says he's had that error message as well on the Xbox, and then after a minute he crashed the desktop. Don't tell me that, Stephen, although I am on a PC. It might not be the same. Aeronautics, you had that message well for 40 minutes on the Dark Star Top Gun mission where you're hand flying it. That would be annoying. Anthony, I don't use add-on linker, no. Let's get up to our cruising altitude a little bit quicker. Jason says, try a different server. Change from auto, see if that works. You had the same issue. Did it solve it doing that, Jason? We can go ship spotting as we cross the channel. This is starting to get annoying now. Some days you just wish that you'd just gone to bed for a nap rather than streaming. It's shaping up to be one of those days. And after last night was so beautiful. Jason says it did fix the error. Do you know what? Go on then, let's try it. So hang on. If we go to... oh, I can't even select... right. I can't even select it. I can't even change it because it's not connected. It just says it's unreachable. Maybe I should just leave it. I'm not on a plasma monitor. It's not going to burn into my screen. Kilty says the issue is Microsoft Azure is having connection issues. Is this something they've advertised? Is everyone having this issue? Is anyone flying right now who's having the same issue? I tell you what, doing a visual circle to land procedure with that there is going to be an absolute nightmare. So Microsoft, you've got 2 hours to fix it. Cowboy 10 UK says he's having the same issues. Poseidon's having it as well. Lookstar's getting it as well. And Cowboys 10 is currently over Toronto. Same issue for Dazza. GD Gatwick is a free scenery. Yes, it's available from flightsim.to. East Coast Canadians just started getting the same message as well. Aeronautics, long haul is indeed addicting. I used to love it on things like FSX and FS 2004. Microsoft Flight Simulator, what's not to love? It really is good. Dark Fury is having the same issue, 12 miles behind us. I can't change server. That's my issue. I just went to try and change it, but because I'm not connected, I literally can't change the server. Ooh, Dark Fury's got connected. How did you do that? Maybe we'll all get connected in a minute now Dark Fury is. Oh no, Dark's lost it again. Jonathan says, yeah, they think the servers have just died. Brian says the server changes are for multiplayer use. Oh, so I'd have to turn multiplayer on, then try and change the... Okay. Should we try that? I mean, I'm on VATSIM. We need to be so quick. Data, right. Multiplayer on. Apply, save. Then servers. Let's go with West Europe, shall we? Right, resume. And now I'm going to try and turn that off. Oh no, it's still not having any of it. Right, let me get off multiplayer. I don't want that. Well, when that message isn't there, doesn't that look truly spectacular? Anthony, you'd love to be doing long haul, but you'd be worried about the sim taking an unstable nosedive. I mean, what's this flight? This flight's about 2 hours 15 minutes. And the sim will have been running probably 3 hours by the time we're there. So we'll see what it's like when we get there. East Coast Canadian says back to P3D till this is sorted. Have they put anything out on their Twitter pages or anything like that about an issue with the servers? Dark, this is still the old livery, yes. I thought it's still Gatwick. Let's be sensible. Dan, no outages reporting on the Xbox status page. I guess it's Azure then. I wonder. I mean, it says it's not connected, but details down there look pretty decent. Doing with our climb. Right, here's my plan. Lursu to somewhere near Sunegg. Nick is going to tweet them now. Nick, my my PA and manager. Thanks, Nick. Let us know if they tweet you back. I haven't tweeted for years. Well, despite the dodgy start and the dodgy servers, I hope everyone is having a great Monday. Dan asks, those food vouchers I mentioned earlier about the delay, do they still apply? Tell you what I do need to try and fix. Let me just have a look, see if I can sort this. Right, so this is an issue with Streamlabs we have. So panning around there in game capture mode is fine. However, don't worry, the screen's about to go blank, but we're still here. So hang on. Now this is display capture. Yeah, look at that. That's useless. And we've no idea what causes that. Loads of us have tried to fix it, but this is just... I don't know if it's Streamlabs being Streamlabs. I'll put that back on game capture. It just means that I can't bring in my Navigraph charts across onto the screen. We do have them, of course, on the tablet, but sometimes it's just easier to drag them across. Leonardo, no more neo-ops? Yeah, well, do you know, it's basically finding a... because I'm doing a long flight, like this one today, about 2 hours plus, the Fenix is just more realistic because, you know, there's always the potential for things to go wrong, aside from server issues that can go wrong, obviously. So for the longer flights, I think the Fenix is always going to take precedent. But don't worry, we have not seen the last of fly-by-wire. Anthony says, it's Monday, is it ever good? The sim doesn't think so. Nearly at our top of climb anyway. Aeronautics, there's absolutely nothing over the A320, so it's still a fantastic aircraft. Oh, is there a way just to disable this message so that I don't see it every 5 seconds? It's told me I don't need reminding. Crazy thing. Open mic on Unicom. Mac Alt Star. And we'll do a fuel check then when we get to Ferdy. How crazy, A321s to release in November. By who? Alt Cruise? I've not seen that. Aeronautics, yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I'm just leaving it there because I can click on it and I'll get a RSI on my finger. So there's just no point, is there? Jonathan says he's glad the servers went down when they did because he's just finished a full game install. Oh look! A green message! Oh no, it's gone. What would have happened if we switched to offline? Right, top of climb checks. Let's do a fuel check then at Ferdy. So I can't drag in the OFP, but we've got it on here. Leonardo, yeah, I have seen that series. Great series. Aeronautics VATSIM will stay connected because VATSIM is completely separate to those servers. So yeah, no problem. Right, so we ended up taking 8. Did we take? No, we took 9 tons, didn't we? 9 tons in the end, which is 1.6 tons extra. Let's have a look. Ferdy, 23 minutes in. Ferdy, 22 minutes in. We should have 7.1 tons of fuel. Excellent. Excellent. That's okay. Right. Fuel checks are good. Servers are not.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck once again, just to let you know that we've reached our cruising altitude for today and we are not anticipating any major delays or bad weather ahead, so we should be arriving on time as planned. The cabin crew will now start to make their way around the aircraft, so please make sure that the aisles are clear of any items you may have, and I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. A reminder that our Easyjet SIM pilot members are able to take advantage of free drinks throughout the duration of the flight. Thank you, and we shall have an update for you shortly.
Electrox Soldier, the error isn't still a thing, it's just a thing. I've not seen it for as prominent as this for a while now. Oh, it likes this view. We'll fly this view all the way to Split Shot. Oh no, it doesn't. Is that Brussels down there? Potentially? Hey, Matt P, there's always something with Microsoft Flight Sim, isn't there? There wasn't last night. It was as sweet as. Awesome flight last night. Eric Norton also says that message is popping up on Xbox, so it seems it's cross-platform. Must be their servers indeed. But whatever's wrong with the servers, there's nothing wrong with the scenery. Barry says show outside and he'll tell us if it's Brussels. I think it is. 1 second. Yep, even I recognise the Brussels airport configuration. From here it almost looks like a very old London Heathrow. Harlan Crazy Innobuilds A310 in November. Oh yeah, the A310's coming out. Sorry, I thought I saw someone say the A321 was coming out. David, last time you flew to Split on VATSIM, you got cleared for the visual 2-3. The turn background is a bit scary. Well, that's what we've got planned at the moment. I'll have to see what the weather's doing. I think the winds are meant to drop nice and light, so there is still a chance of doing the lesser scary ILS runway 5. But oh, look at that! That is stunning.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from our selection of fresh food available today. Full details can be found in your in-flight brochure. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Right, we're nowhere near making that little shortcut just yet. Do you know, this is just white noise to me now. Let me have a look. Not yet. Not yet. It'll come. I'm thinking there, in around 80 miles time at Lurzu, we're going to do a direct to somewhere like Utaba. But because of the fuel that we're using today, a reduced performance factor, I'm definitely going to be doing an Abeam direct. Oh, company message. Let's see if we're shouting at us, shall we? We were late. How late were we? Should we find out? "34 minutes. Right, well, Let's have a look. Why were we 34 minutes late? There was a couple of reasons. So 5 minutes was due to a loading. Oh, let's make the maths easier. 4 minutes was due to a loading error, RLL. And then 30 minutes was due to a system reset, ESR. Right, 65 miles, there we go, Lurzu, then I'm making that direct. Drax, it is annoying, I know. I'd love it to be fixed by the time we get to Split. I really don't want to be doing a visual approach with that in the middle of the screen. Leonardo, can I explain what I just did? What with regards to the delay allocation codes? Okay, so I got a message from operations saying we were 34 minutes late, pushing back from our scheduled time of departure, which was true. Oh, we also had a runway change as well, didn't we? Although that doesn't count because that came after pushback. So then we just went to our ATSU page, the AOC menu, and then we sent them codes for our delay. So we used the delay code charts just here. Oh, what's that? Go back. I didn't want to go to that. Yeah, the delay allocation card just here, and basically put in the code and then told it why we were late for how many minutes. I don't know if there is a way to disable this notification. No. If anyone does know, please let me know. Aaron, how complete in percent do I think the A320X is? It depends. What do you want to do with it? It depends what kind of realism you're after, I guess. If you want everything, then I'd say it's probably... Okay, I tell you what. Ignoring failures. Let's forget failure management and all the ECAM warnings, etc. I'd say the Fenix is probably... sorry, the fly-by-wire is about 80% complete. It needs just to make sure that the VNAV is up to scratch. It's not far off though, let's be fair. And it needs secondary flight plan working. A couple of other things in the box, just so that can be a little bit refined. But I would say, forgetting failure management on all that stuff, for day-to-day operations, I'd say A320X is around 80% there. Drax, you're 17 without a job. Well, you can't change your age, but you can change your job status. Tell you what, these upgraded graphics look absolutely stunning. I can now see details all the way down there. Surely Nick must have got a response from Microsoft by now. Oh, hang on, what time is it in Seattle? They'll not even have woken up yet, will they? They're going to get into work, they'll walk into the office, there'll be smoke coming off the servers, alarms will be bleeping, beep, 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 beep. They'll walk in and go, oh my word, what happened while we were in bed? Jason, we're now on a 3060. Nick. This is interesting though. Now look at the clouds that we've got. Can you see this? All these clouds down here, right? Now let's go back, and for those of you who were on the live streamed pre-departure briefing that we did a bit ago, go to our weather brief, and what did we speak about? Look, isolated embedded cumulonimbus clouds up to 33,000 feet. Well, that is exactly what we're looking at. So, as annoying as this message is, something is still working. Do you know, it makes me so happy when I see things like that. I'm like, ooh, it's working. Ashley, that's rather accurate. Super cool to see. Exactly, Ashley. This is my love of my love-hate relationship with Microsoft Flight Simulator. Stuff like that is brilliant. We expected a tailwind today. We've got the tailwind there, as you can see. So, if only I could get rid of this silly message, we'd be laughing. So Mitch, live weather still working then? Well, it appears to be. I mean, everything appears to be working. There's nothing that's not working that I can see. It's a sporadic, irrelevant message. Aeronautics, you use SimBrief, it tells you you'll have a 50 knot headwind, you've got 100 knot tailwind. Yeah, remember that SimBrief will tell you unless you're looking at a specific waypoint, it'll tell you the overall wind component for your full trip, not everything. So 123275. Who is that? 123275.
Easy 875 final 350 inbound Lusu.
Dark has...
Easy 875 lang and what's squawk 1000?
Oh, I wanted a direct.
Squawk 1000 Easy 875.
And Centre Easy 43 Zulu Yankee with you. Flight level 370 inbound Lurzu. Any chance of a direct further down the flight path?
Easy 43 Zulu Yankee lang and radar hello, it's squawk 1000.
Squawking 1000 for Easy 43 Zulu Yankee. And yeah, if there's any chance of a direct to Sunek or Utaba, that would be most grateful.
Easy 43 Zulu Yankee, your radar contact proceed direct to Utaba.
Many thanks, direct to Utaba, Easy 43 Zulu Yankee.
Easy 875, also radar contact standby for later direct.
Roger, we'll wait for further direct to Easy 875.
Direct Utaba with the beam points and done. That's cutting flight time, saving fuel. I wonder if that's Dark Fury behind us. Electro Soldier, what are the beam points? Yeah, so it means now that when I did that direct, normally all of the waypoints on your navigation display will clear, won't they? But if you use the beam points, they won't. So all of the waypoints will still stay listed, as you can see them all. Just helps with fuel planning because you can do you can still do checks. Plaza, what are my Fenix app settings? Currently, what are my Fenix app settings? Display quality is balanced.
Easy-43 Zulu Yankee, report your Mac number.
We're Mac point, just under 0.76, Easy 43 Zulu Yankee.
Thank you. Maintain please, Mac decimal 76, okay, sir.
Mac 76 or greater, Easy 43 Zulu Yankee.
Easy 875, speed, Mac decimal 76 or less.
Well,
Mac decimal 76 or less, Easy 875.
Go a little bit quicker, that will help me get in quicker as well.
Langen Radar, good afternoon. Light figure 210, flight level 110.
Traffic 210.
Yes, sorry, so Fenix app is currently set to display quality balanced, render displays is, oh actually it's set to CPU, and higher resolution cockpit textures. Might scale those down when doing Gatwick. Christian! Hi mate, how's the house move going? That is a very annoying warning. It won't go away. Aviator Joey, flight is going very well, except for this big annoying box thing. Dark Fury, CPDLC. Go on then, let's connect. Do it with me.
Easy 875, proceed direct Utaba.
In fact,
Direct Utaba, Easy 875.
what is their identifier code? For some reason, in my VPilot, when I try and get information for Langdon radar, I'm requesting it and it's not coming up. Waterpool ducts, the ATC is courtesy of the VATSIM network. Bruno, thank you. Echo Delta Golf Kilo, thank you. Go on then. We'll connect to them using CBDL. Oh, wrong one. CDBLC. Dark Fury, is your sim crashed with a connection failure? Oh, is the same thing going to happen here? What do we reckon? Echo Delta Golf Kilo.
Langen with a 530 question.
530, go ahead.
The 530, is it mandatory in Europe to read back the squawk code, or is it enough to just set it here?
Squawk code?
Correct.
When I assign you a new one, you would have to read it back, yes.
Alright, thank you. With the 530.
With the 530, you're now leaving airspace. Monitor Unicom 122 decimal 8. Bye-bye.
122 decimal 8, thank you for the service. With the 530.
Now,
Fenix 1 Nano Tango
we'll be pressing the Alps
airspace.
soon.
Monitor Unicom 122 decimal 8. Bye-bye.
If we make it that far.
Unicom 122 Fenix 1 Tango with you, thanks.
So we'll go to our flight plan page and we'll add in the fix.
Langen Radar, Gute Benedict, die Lufthansa 687 with your flight level 360, request descent.
Can't see the buttons because of the sun.
Langen, hello, set squawk 1000.
Setting squawk 1000.
I'm guessing Dear Garden, the radial's 225090.
So good day, Ryanair 2 Uniform Victor, maintenance 340 is checking in.
Ryanair 2 Uniform Victor, you're now outside of my airspace, continue on Unicom.
Apologies for that, and have a good day, 2 Uniform Victor, sir.
Right. Lufthansa 687 radar contact, descent level 240, direct bay point 621.
Yeah, say again altitude for the descent, Lufthansa 687.
Lufthansa 687
Okay, so we've got our
proceed
high point of the Alps there, because we are crossing them in a little while.
Descending level 240, direct Delta Fox 621, Lufthansa 687.
Spot on with the embedded cumulonimbus clouds in the Sigmet chart, wasn't it? This really is good. Keenan Flight Sim YouTube. Oh mate, thank you so much for the €2 super chat saying loving the Felix streams lately. Okay, so am I. I'll be honest with you, absolutely loving this aircraft. Not loving the service at the moment, but that's very kind of you, Keenan. Thank you so much for your support of the channel. Means a lot. Nanny, you thought you were the only ones getting the online services unreachable? No. It seems something has gone down. I'm wondering...
112, proceed direct Olben, climb flight level 370.
Are we going to make it into Split today? Blooming typical. New PC rig, all up running, absolutely fine, and then on our first decent length flight, the servers go down. Which means anything could happen with Microsoft Flight Sim, couldn't it? Here come the bots, Naked HD.
370, KLM 112.
Tell you what, I can fix that. W Fahrenheit, yeah, everyone's going to have that issue, I'm afraid. Right, we just flicked over to subscribers only mode for the messages. It just stops bots and spams and things. Ryan, Microsoft Flight Sim really knows how to play with us, doesn't it? Indeed it does. These views would be spectacular if it wasn't for that daft little message. Dan says the bots were probably sent by Microsoft because of Nick's pestering. Nick is doing the world just service by alerting them to the fact that there is an issue. Waterpool ducks, how do you walk around the plane? Well, it depends. You can only walk around the plane literally, if you like, by editing the config file of most aircraft, or here in the Fenix you can actually open the flight deck door and go for a walk. East Coast Canadian says congrats on the new system. Thank you very much, East Coast. Gav, off to bed, have a great flight. Gav, you'll have to come back in the morning and check to see if we managed to land with this message still in the way, or whether the sim just decided it has had enough. I could just sit and watch this view while chatting with you guys for hours. As we get closer and closer to the 25,000 subscribers mark, I'm preparing more and more for a full day's live stream. Haven't decided what we'll do though, but we've got some great giveaways lined up. We've got aircraft, scenery, utilities, loads of giveaways. So looking forward to that. But we've got to get there yet. So if there's anyone in the chat that is that's watching that's not yet a subscriber, please do us a huge favour. Hit that subscribe button. And if you've already done that, hit the like button. That helps other people find the channel. Oh, Drax! Server outage. The community is aware there's a server outage. We don't know the severity of it, nor what causes it, or when it will be fixed. In the meantime, please be patient.
Unicom 122.8, Leipzig 210.
Where's that come from, Drax? Vihan Dave, is Split a pretty big airport? No, but it's a great circle to land approach. Danny says now when the Streamlines needs to behave and the day will be perfect. Danny, you are right. Ashley, do I do this full time or in? Oh no, I'm most certainly not a full-time YouTuber. What a dream that'd be. Imagine just spending my day doing this, chatting with you guys every day, flying around the world.
Langen radar Lufthansa 205 with you, flight level 350, 40 miles before the Rebel.
Danny, we do have all experience scenery for Split. Yeah.
Set 1000 Lufthansa 205.
Just Willie, hello, how you doing, mate? How's your work there going? Have you got a server outage at your work? Or your Excel spreadsheet's holding up fine?
Clearing 700 continental flight level 670 inbound for and 1000.
Ealing 79 Hotel Delta, Lang, hello, radar contact.
Right, let's just see what the weather's doing around us.
Descent at 1,500 feet per minute or less, contact arrival 120.8, bye-bye.
Descent with 1,500 feet per minute or less and arrival 120.8, Lufthansa 687. Danke für den Service, Gute.
Gute.
Get the weather for Zurich. Oh, Willie, have you had this issue previously? Oh dear. Nick says Discord have acknowledged it, but Twitter no hope. They're not. They're still having the breakfast, Nick. It's what time is it in Seattle? Someone asked Alexa. I bet it's a rough guess. Is it 8 a.m? Oh, getting close to 8 a.m.
Lufthansa 20 Golf radar contact, descent flight level 220, direct Kira.
Descent flight level 220 direct to Karax, Lufthansa 20.
Oh wow, Danny, it's 6:43. Oh, it's going to be a while before this message is fixed, isn't it? This message is not going to be fixed by the time we get into Split. Right, if that is the case, if I can, I might opt for the ILS if the winds have dropped. I just trying to do a visual with this. It's not what I want. Oh, Drax, was that the VATSIM Discord server? Right, fair enough. A little bit of turbulence. All these people that have got these beautiful views.
Langen Radar, guten Tag.
Window seats.
004. Flight level 220, climbing 240,
and
inbound, negative.
Every one of these windows having this stupid sticker on them.
5-004, Langen, hello, radar contact, climb level 310. Climb flight level 310, flyer fare 004.
Water Bulldogs, if you're talking about walking around the outside of the plane, then you do that in the showcase camera, also known as the drone camera.
KLM 112, monitor Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
Alright, KLM 112.
I can start now to see the Alps
KLM
in
112,
distance
monitor Unicom
over here.
122.8, bye-bye.
Contact Telecom 122.8, bye-bye. It's KLM 112.
That guy sounds like he's underwater.
Alright, I'm good. Opening with 139, mother 370.
Whisker 129, Langen Radar, hello, set score 1000.
Score 1000 to Whisker 139.
Scandinavian 28 Kilo, monitor Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
Over to Unicom, Scandinavian 28 Kilo, bye-bye.
I'm going to go and complain to the flight crew about this sticker.
Lange in die Lufthansa 1 to Foxtrot, this climbing 5000.
Lufthansa 1 to Foxtrot, Langen, hello, radar contact, climb by exit level 100.
Climbing 100, Lufthansa 1 to Foxtrot.
Water Bulldogs, that was using the left and right arrows on your keyboard.
Whisker 129, radar contact level 37.
W Fahrenheit? No, I'm not on Belanta now. Oh well, might start pulling some charts up for split in the hope we get that far.
621.
46 direct to Delta Foxtrot 621, Lufthansa 2 Golf.
Lufthansa 20 Golf, descended flight level 110.
Weather in Zurich's good.
110, Lufthansa 2 Golf.
So, let's see. What's our arrival? The arrival is the Sal 1 Yankee arrival. There it is. And the approach, we're expecting the RNAV visual. I will also pin the ILS lock Zulu. Just in case we need that. Dark, where did I direct to? Good question. We went direct to Utaba.
Flight level 240.
Climbing 240, Lufthansa 1 to Foxtrot.
Right, let's have a little look at the arrival, shall we? So, Sal 1 Yankee arrival brings us in obviously from Sally. Let's check the coding of this. So, Sal 710, 709, Chemix 701 Lassell. Sal 710, 709, Chemix 701 Lassell. Right, let's check constraints. Lassell need to be 4,000 feet or above. Everything else looks fine there. That's fine. And then let's have a look at the important bit, the visual circuits. So that begins 4,000 feet at Lassell. Once we leave Lassell, we need to get down to 3,000 feet and be 3,000 feet at Nurat. 3,000 feet at Nurat, and then this is the visual segment, which we do have waypoints in for, and if it's coded correctly, you could actually leave in final approach mode. Let's have a look. Why have we got a hold shown at Lassel? Let's get rid of that. Oh. Monitor Unicorn, thank you. Close that message. Oh, close it. Over to Unicorn then. Right, let me just check. Clear the discontinuity. There we go. So the idea shall be after Rorca. Let's check. We've got 504, 505, 506. Are they there? Rorca. No, they're not. Okay, so we're not going to do it in final approach mode at all. So the idea will be that we are 3,000 feet at... Oh, I forget. We need to log off, don't we? Atsu, AOC... No, it's not AOC. Go back. Go back. Yes, I know. AOC and connection. Connection status. Active ATC. Oh, we haven't got anything active now. Yes, I know. You've told us. Ah, where were we? Okay, so back to working this out. At Nurat, 3,000 feet. Nurat, 3,000 feet. Speed 185 knots. Might look at slowing that down actually. Nurat. Well, the point is that for this final sector we want to be fully configured. So gear down, flaps 3, VAP speed. So if we set at Nurat, we're going to start slowing down. How far between Nurat and Rorca? Nurat and Rorca, 3.5 miles. Right, that's not very far. So let's say, let's work backwards, which is a good way to do it. Let's say at Nurat we want altitude, speed, and 1.5. And at Rorca we're not going to be 1.7 at all. We're going to have got ourselves down to VAP speed at Rorca. So at Rorca we are going to be much slower. Let's call it 135, and it's just a guesstimate at this point, just so the flight computer knows how I'm planning to fly the approach. So then at 509, at this point, that is a max speed restriction at 509. There's 4 miles, as you can see here, between those. So at 509, I'm going to tell it, actually, do you know what? I'm going to be at 180. And I'll draw all this on the chart in a minute, so you can see how I see my way of thinking. And then at Lassell, I want to be a green dot. Why is the hold still there? I thought I'd cleared that hold out. I'm going to go through and just check the coding of this approach now. So we've got SAL 710, 709, Chemix 701, and then we should have Lassell, which is now missing. Let's put that back in. L A S U L. Where's the L? That comes in after 701, just here. That's not right. Do you know what? Erase that. Let's put it up again. Let's just tell it again what we're going to do. So yeah, the RNAV 23 via Lassell. Let me just change it. And then I'll put it in again. We're just going to have to ignore those, aren't we? Yeah, I don't want to hold at Lassell. What's this looking like on the chart? Right, I'm just going to have to go direct. It's unless I'm doing something wrong, it's not playing ball, but never mind. Okay, let me go back to setting it up. So, at Rorca, I want to be at VAP speed, which is not going to be 170, it's going to be more around the 135 mark. And then from there, let's work backwards. Before it, at Nurat, we're going to be slowing ourselves down around the 150 mark. And then before that, at split 509, we are going to be .180. And then we're going to be green dot at Lassell. Which is around probably about 210, because we're not that heavy today. And just make sure that we are absolutely at 3,000 feet at split 509. Sorry, at Nurat. Not above 3,000 feet, but at 3,000 feet. Right, now that box is all set up, a couple of other things that I can add in: the split VOR, Sierra Papa Lima. Hard code that in. Right, the box is set up. let's go through and show you how I plan on flying the approach. Danny, no, I couldn't clear the hold for some reason. It didn't like that, which was strange. So the plan then is we're going to be green dot there at Lassell. Then here we're going to be 180. There we're going to, or rather here, we're going to be at VAP. Fully configured. So there's our green dot, 180 VAP by this point. And in terms of how we're going to configure our aircraft, obviously green dot, as I've said. We've got that already on the chart. And then at this point is where we want flaps 2. We're going to pull flaps 1 after leaving Lassell. Slow down 180 knots, flaps 2, and full by this point here. And very, very important, of course, that we are at 3,000 feet. With the correct barrow set. There we go, leave that. There's our approach briefing completed. The go around is straightforward. It's essentially pretty much a runway heading right turn to Sierra Papa. In fact, where is the go around? The missed approach. Right. Okay. Two different things. So missed approach is a right turn to Sierra Papa 502 if we're not happy by this point, and then we come back to enter the hold at Lassell. If we go past this point and then decide to go around and execute missed approach, we have to complete the flight, overfly the runway, and then we can enter the hold at Delta Victor November. So our top of descent is how far away? Oh, about 100. Oh, about 200 miles away. So we've briefed that nice and early. We've bypassed all the clouds, and now, whilst I've been briefing, we're missing out on some gorgeous scenery. I apologise. Still got that sticky label on the windows though, so you haven't missed too much. Wonder if anyone will ever do an Alps mesh. Orbex brought out the Himalayan mesh, didn't they? And there's a free Iceland one, I believe. Digital. Hey mate, Digital, when did you come into the chat? Sorry, I'd got my head in the McDo. Has the overlay quit? Let's restart it. That's not the only thing that's quit this flight. Easy 43 Zulu Yankee is the call sign. Right. Hopefully that's working again now. Stuart, is there an Alps match? Ah, fair enough. Digital, was it when I was programming the box and working out the approach? Yeah, fair enough. Sorry I missed you, mate, though. Good to see you. Right, I'm back in the game. I'm back with you guys in the chat. Happy with how I'm going to fly the approach. Weather down in Split looks wonderful. Just having a quick look to see if they're still using runway 23. The winds were planned to become light and variable, in which case there was a good chance that they may go opt for the ILS. But no, runway 23 is still in use, as an Austrian Airlines is also about to depart on runway 23, so we'll stick with that. W Fahrenheit, you've just successfully connected. Yeah, give it 30 seconds. There you go. Gone again. Told you it wouldn't last long.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase a selection of hot beverages, together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
So, remembering that now... where are we? We're inbound Nivas. If I just jump to the operational flight plan, where is it? There we go. Yeah, so as discussed, we're currently, I say as discussed, I think this was on the pre-flight brief live stream this morning. We're coming towards the end of the area where the Mora is above flight level 100, so we'll just keep an eye on that. As we get to Nivas, we'll do a flight check, flight fuel check. We should have 4.9, I think. Yeah, 4.9 tons of fuel. Just under 5 tons at Nivas, what have we currently got? 44 miles to go, we've got 5.5 tons, so I think that's going to be fine. I don't mind continuing to fly at Mach 7.8. That also means that time-wise, I'm not going to be late picking up the boy. That looks nice, doesn't it? If only it wasn't getting interrupted by that stupid message. Willie, you're right. That message should be like a small little thing down here, rather than the great big whopping... Although I'll take that one. I like that one. Don't like that one. I knew it was coming. There was no point getting excited. Actually, the in-flight announcement is I'm using self-loading cargo for that. Nick, Twitter is letting you down. I told you, they're all in bed. They're not up yet. Bit of turbulence over the Alps. But as you can see now, the weather is starting to clear, and I think it should be pretty much clear all the way down to Croatia. Has anybody ever been to Croatia on holiday? Split, I mean. I've never been. Talking about GPU performance there in the chat, Christian saying if you can, the GPU can run at 100% and the cooler can keep it nice and cool, then that's good. Am I right in thinking, excuse me, kid's tiring me out as per usual. Am I right in thinking, because I'm no hardware expert, but would you want your GPU running at 100%? Is that normal? I mean, what's mine running at the minute? I can check mine now. Just the stream may disappear just for a second while I sort it. So, what we currently running at? Right. So my GPU is currently running at. On average, it's running now probably about 58-59%, with the CPU at 40%. And it's only 48 degrees. Christian says if your frames are uncapped, then that's normal if the CPU is not bottlenecking. Yeah, well, yeah, these are capped to 30. And I'm definitely not in 4K. Ashley says he's got a custom loop, and so the temps are super good. Ashley, I have no idea what that means. I'm sure Dark Fury and Christian do, but me, nah. I bet Willie does too. Oh, the hum of the engines and just the chilled rocking of the aircraft. I could fall asleep, honestly. Ashley, water cooled. That I understand. Thank you. Andy Finlay, good afternoon, sir. Hope you're well. Right, we're out of the terrain region now, aren't we? Dark Fury, that's the next investment. Oh, let's enjoy this one. Michael Desada, thank you for subscribing. Barry, the online service is still unreachable. Like Willie has said though, why on earth does it have to be? I mean, what is actually unreachable at the moment? The weather seems to have populated throughout the entire flight. It's still streaming Bing data, as we can see from the terrain down below. I don't want to play in multiplayer, so that makes no difference to me. Stuart, it's just stopped giving you error messages in the sim. Oh, I wish mine had stopped. Barry, yeah, why's it got to be on the screen? It's like, I know. You do not need to tell me. You've told me, I bet, well over 170 times this flight so far. I know. Just let me know when it's working again. Christian, will it disappear if you turn off multiplayer connection in the options? It's already off, mate. I always have turned off in the data options live traffic and multiplayer. They're always turned off by default. But yeah, cav okay now as far as the eye can see, and I would say that's a simulator issue, but I actually don't think it is, because the weather was forecast to be cav okay all the way down the coast now of Croatia. So, should I wimp out and do the ILS because of this warning, or do you want me to try and do a circle to land with that popping up every 5 seconds? What do you reckon? Doug Fury gifting 5 Easyjet in Pilot memberships. Mate, my MOC, my livery designer, and basically my technician. Dark, thanks so much. So much you do for the channel. And gifting 5 subs. So, welcome Kyle, Utku Talon, JHF Vandervan, Electrox Soldier, Carol Baskin as well. Welcome to the channel, guys. If you're in our Discord server, ensure you get yourself in the members lounge as well. Dark, no ILS. No to the ILS, or there is no ILS. There's no ILS for 2-3, but there is for runway 05. The winds are going to be light and variable, I'm guessing. Dan says, let's go visual. Barry Metar in Venice is cav okay. Yeah, that's exactly what we're looking at, isn't it? So, cav okay. That looks like a nice beach. Nick, you've just seen the split Twitter feed and the ILS is out at the moment. Oh no. Well, looks like it's the visual. You're all over Twitter, Nick, today, aren't you? Zoltan, the online's also gone. Yeah, it's a server issue with Microsoft servers. Nothing we can do. Old Potato is the tablet in airplane mode. No, it's not. I'll be honest with you. It's not. Right. Let's have a look now and do a landing performance calculation. Nick, you've had a reply on Twitter. Really? My God, what have they said? Tell us, tell us. What's our landing weight going to be? Landing weight should be 55.5 tons plus 4.6, which is 60.1. Let's be conservative in case we don't burn that much. Go 60.5. Right, auto brake load stoppers nicely, and as I'm in a rush, I reckon auto brake medium would potentially get us in off taxiway alpha without us having to taxi all the way to the end of the runway and backtrack. Okay, I'll use medium. Oh, wrong. Hour and a half into the flight, we should be on the ground in about 45 minutes. Which is good. Then I won't be late for the boy. Well, I'm just completely confused now. If that big, can you imagine if that big box turns up? That big one. Suddenly we're 1,000 feet off the ground in the left turn, visual 2-3, 1,000 feet to go, or even less, 500 feet to go, as we're still turning. Nice, getting nice and stable. The sim connects, and then suddenly that big box comes. That is going to be a threat for our arrival brief. I see a ship. And now, as much as I love the engine blast, I think it's a nice effect. The scenery down there without the engine blast is even better. Reason for go around, Danny, we lost connection to the online services. I think we're going to have to do a flight to Tivat at some point as well, aren't we? We haven't done that for a long time, and that is such an awesome airport to get into. Owen Murphy, 1 GCSE left for you, and then you're going to have the greatest summer of your life. Owen, enjoy. This gap that you have between year 11 and year 12 or college, whatever it is you're going off to do next, is the longest break you will ever have in your life, hopefully. And I can still remember that summer. Because obviously you have summer holidays, don't you? 6 weeks, 7 weeks sometimes, depending on how it falls here in the UK. But from years 10 to 11 as well, you used to have some work to do during the summer holidays. You know, you've got projects and things to work on. But once you finish that last GCSE exam, you're done. And you've got a long time between now and September. And the weather's nice as well, and you've got Microsoft Flight Simulator to keep you entertained. You could fly around the world in a Cessna. Dark says, can we go to Dubai? There's some nice payware out for it. I've already got handcrafted Dubai, and I didn't buy it. Oh, it's included, isn't it? Is it in the premium deluxe version? So, yeah, mine's just the Azobo handcrafted. Barry says, I remember having holidays once. Now he's traded it for a job and kids. Worst deal in the history of trade. Ain't that the truth? Alfie Manton, good afternoon. Just got home from school. Hope you've had a good day. It's my lad's sports day today at school. Danny says, been doing some Indian ops. Ooh. Well, I hope you've been doing Indian ops like a well-briefed pilot should. So many horror stories coming out of that region of the world. And crew resource management, it's better now of course, but in the past. So this is what's going to happen. We're going to be on final 700 feet to go, and that's going to pop up. Fenix, do I have any problems with the fuel flow? That is a Fenix issue. They are aware of it, and it's a limitation of Microsoft Flight Simulator and Azobo's coding that causes that. They're trying to build their own engine fuel flow model because they know that it is too high. It doesn't burn quite enough fuel, is basically what they're saying. Shakan, I lost connection about 600 miles ago and it's not come back yet. Ooh, we're getting close to our top of descent. Very close to our top of descent. Why have I not updated the cost index? That actually makes no difference as we've been in selected speed for separation. But right, let's just pop in all the information, then we're going to be heading down very shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck once again, you will be delighted to hear that we will shortly be starting our descent into our destination, at which point the cabin crew will start preparing for our arrival. If you could please make sure that all the aisles are clear and the cabin crew are able to make their way around the aircraft without any luggage in the aisles, that would be most appreciated. A reminder for our Easyjet pilot members that free drinks are still available from the cabin crew until the seatbelt signs are turned on. Please note, however, that the toilets will shortly go out of use. Thank you.
Transition altitude just tech is indeed 10,000 feet. And the minimums for this, oh, ignore that squiggle. Minimums for this are 2,000. There we go. Box all set up. So very quickly, if you are just joining us, fastest arrival brief ever, but we're going to be green dot at Lassell. As we leave Lassell, we'll config 1, speed 180 knots, config 2 at Nurad, then fully config 3,000 feet, and VAP speed at Rorca for flying the final visual segment. Should be good. We just need the connection issue to sort itself out, don't we? What's the runway inbound track? That is 229. Right, down we go then. I'm going to pop it back into manage speed, and initially we'll get down to flight level 100. Thrust idle, descent 100 blue. Nick Karen Burrows says, you've said this to them though, does the warning message have to be so big? A small message in the corner would be better than having a large box blocking your landing view. Well, that and it displaying 97,000 times, yeah. Christian, you're not sure if I wrote full or fun on the chart. Hopefully it'll be fun. Colin says he's sat in the main menu, everything's just kicked back in, it looks back to normal. Give it 30 seconds, Colin. Old Potato says your favourite part about the Phoenix is the fact that the seatbelt sign works in the cab. That's your favourite part. all of that work, and that's your favourite part. Oh dear. Nav accuracy is high. Still some way to go yet though. Welcome on board if you are just joining us for a long Monday afternoon stream that we've had today. We are now on our final descent into Split. It is going to be the circling. Runway 23 approach. Visual approach, and actually, to be fair, flying it here at the captain's side makes it a lot easier. Alexander, we don't turn off the engine bleeds, but packs, if the APU is off, the packs can come off as well. Packs need to be on whenever you've got passengers on board, basically that's the golden rule. Sim with Elliot, what checklists am I using? I'm using a real world checklist. It's old now actually, it's a little bit out of date, but it's fine. So you can circle split, but can you split the circle, Willie? Trust you. I'm just going to go and check that that METAR was the latest one. Was there a 2329 23011? Yep. Willie, no, we're not on the new softs yet. That will come. I still need training up on them. Andy agrees. It says the little things that makes the Phoenix what it is. The seatbelt lights, the window that opens, the visors. Oh yeah, the visors are great. Oh, Elliot! Sim with Elliot, that's you, mate! Ah, planes and trains. Right, gotcha. I'm well, thank you. Welcome on board. On our final descent now into Split. I've not seen that message for a while. Have I just become that immune to it that I just look through it now?
Ladies and gentlemen, take full advantage of your tax-free allowances today and make some amazing savings with our boutique range. In your in-flight brochure, you'll find details of our award-winning selection of gifts, most with massive discounts, some of which are exclusive to you as an Easyjet customer. Make the most of your opportunity to shop and save from the comfort of your seat. If you'd like to see any products, have any questions, or would like to make great savings, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Mr. Multifunctional Control Display Unit says the servers are coming back online. Well, let's hope so. Although now I've got no excuse for a naff visual approach. Stuart says, when I've just said it, it's just realised he's not seen it for a while either. Danny, Mr. Who? I'll let you work that out, Danny. What a boring view if you sat on the right hand side of the aircraft. Christian says, are you kidding me? You call out that name, but every other time it's McDo. Well, I thought, why not? Now you know the reason why it's called a McDo. It's a lot easier. Let me just cycle through this approach path, see what it looks like. yeah, not quite sure what's going on with that that hold. We won't be doing the hold, but yeah. Quick cross-reference with my charts here. So we've got split 701, Lassell, and then Sierra Papa 509. There it is. Get the constraints on. Lassell's not even got a name. It's not even name checked. Momo, have I faced any issue with the toolbar pushback mod in Phoenix? I've not used it for a while now, and that's at the request of the developers. So, as you guys know, I was part of the beta testing team for the Phoenix, and they basically stipulated whenever we were testing anything not to have it installed, which makes sense. That way they could make sure that nothing else was interfering with the aircraft whilst flying it. Alfie, I did update the AIRAC, yes. Where's my PM today, anyway? Right, I need to be out of here in around 35 minutes time. I'm hoping that's doable. Danny says PM, HD or the dog. Well, I hope I know where the dog is. Unless he's escaped. Kristen says we should be down in 10 to 15 minutes. Can you not rephrase that, Christian? Say, we'll have landed in 10 to 15 minutes. A lot of things can go wrong with an approach like this. Especially if the servers conk out again. Right, we'll get our chart back up. We will disconnect the cable. Oh, Willie, your excitement for the day. Trying to rearrange bin collection with the council because the lorry decided to bypass the entire street. That happens so often. So we live on a little, basically a little dead end. Which is great for the kids playing. There's no traffic, we can go out and let them play. In fact, I didn't even see our lad this weekend. He got up Saturday morning. I think he came home Saturday night, but he was definitely out again all day Sunday. And yeah, so it's great. But the bin lorries just continuously miss it. And then they say they blame people parked at the top of the street so they couldn't reverse the lorry down. It's like, nah, mate. I watched them drive past. Mizo, we did have a problem. It seems to have just righted itself. Christian, just had flight level 100 speed 300. Nah, I'm not going to rush this approach. Nice, steady, easy does it. So just a final part of the approach brief as well. As we start to approach Rorke then, I'm going to turn off the flight directors. We're going to put it into FPA mode. We'll put the bird on. Set the inbound track, which is 229. And we'll look out the window. So 14,000 feet, secure the cabin, do our approach checklist. So our arrival has been briefed, seatbelt signs are on, minimums 2,000 feet set, engine mode selector is normal, EFB is stowed.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. If you could please return to your seat and ensure that your seatbelt is securely fastened. If you are travelling with an infant, please ensure that they are secured safely using the infant seatbelt provided. The toilet will now go out of use until the fasten seatbelt sign is turned on. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
Okay, so we're now going to get ourselves down to 3,000 feet. There's our platform altitude. I'm popping the FCU. Let managed descent take care of that. (1013) set. What on earth is that? That's a strange constraint. So speed there's 5272 magenta. What? I wonder if that warning happens in the real aircraft when standard and local pressure are the same. What you could do, I've not done, but what you could do is these are actual waypoints. You could put these in, so split 504, 505 for example. You should be able to put in (506) as well. Although for some reason it's put them as part of the go-around track, which isn't right. Split 504 is in the right place. Anyway. Well, let's activate the approach phase, and I'm going to hold speed 230, that's fine. That's done. Captain Cripple, some are automated, some are not. I use self-loading cargo for that, so that can take charge. Christian with the landing light call. Go on then. Sometimes I click one, they both go up. Sometimes I have to do them individually. I'm not sure where the click spot is for that. Oh, Christian, you really are on the ball with your nav accuracy check. I was going to do that a little bit later on, but it's still good. So we're going to start slowing down in a moment. Anyway, we're now inbound Lassel. And now we have to start concentrating.
Cabin crew, about 15 minutes to landing if you prepare the cabin. Thank you.
There's the land that we fly over, and the airport is hidden behind here at the moment. So Lassel should be here. We're not going in Lassel because something's gone wrong. Let's go direct now to 509. It was flying a hold, and for some reason I couldn't delete it, or I could, but then I couldn't put Lassel back in. It was a little bit buggy.
We will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, armrests down, and window blind open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, or magazines that you do not want to take with you. The toilets are no longer in service.
Hey Matthew, good to see you on board. So we're now green dot, we're now passing a beam Lassel, so we're going to start configuring flaps 1, 180 knots. So speed's checked. Flaps 1. 180. Set. Split traffic easy 43 Zulu Yankee commencing the RNAV approach runway 23 4,800 feet. Inbound Sierra Papa 509. Oh, those waypoints have now appeared. That really has that really is strange. Continuing with the brief, then we've got flaps 1, 180 knots. As we get to Nurat, we'll go flaps 2. Get the gear down. Get ourselves fully configured. Barry, we've replaced what's it doing now with what am I doing now, since we can't blame the aircraft anymore. So I am just going to have to perhaps come out of the chat now, guys, while I concentrate on this. How is Naked HD a member? Or a subscriber even? Now we have to be able to see the terrain and the runway by this waypoint. We can. There's the airport. Coming up on 3,000 feet. Flaps 2. Speed check. Flaps 2. Let's start slowing down to VAP. Right, we should be descending by this point, so I'm going to knock autopilot off and we're going to hand fly. So I have control, gear down, spoilers on, flaps 3, lights on. Alright, so let's set that. Flight directors need to come off for the bird on. And now we follow the bay around.
100 above. Minimum.
Definitely much easier in real life. There's our airport. Flaps full. Landing checklist. Cabin secured. Auto thrust speed. Ground altitude is 3,000. Set. Eco memo landing no blue.
Split area traffic, ETA75 over Sierra, Papa 509 for the nav 230.
Probably cut that a little bit short routing wise, but it's okay.
$500.
The first part of the displaced threshold as well is downhill.
$50, $40, $30, $20, retard.
And spoilers deployed, reverse green. Decel. 70 knots, reverses off, knock off the auto brakes.
Split traffic, Germania 245, lining up and backtrack runway 23.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls or internet access may now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat and in the overhead lockers. Do take care when opening the lockers in case anything falls out. Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area. On behalf
Split
of the
traffic,
captain
runway
and the
23
crew,
vacated.
It has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your Easyjet journey. For the latest news, promotions, flight and destination information, check out our official Facebook page, Twitter or Easyjet app.
Ah, nice. Yeah, so there was a little bit of an issue with the autopilot early doors, which is why we essentially turned it off, and I hand flew that arrival back in.
Split traffic, Germania 245, taking off 23.
Let's go and get ourselves parked, shall we? Dark Fury shouldn't be too far away. And what's more, we're also in plenty of time to grab the boy from school.
Split traffic, Race Continental descending to 4,000 feet from Auckland Street and arrival for reorder approach runway 23.
Lovely. Set the parking brake, and is the APU up and running yet? Indeed it is. APU bleed on. Engines 1, 2 shut down. Seatbelt signs can come off.
Traffic, Germania 245 is airborne.
N1 drops below 10. We can get the beacon light off. Allow the ground crew to approach the aircraft. There it is. So, beacon light off, fuel pumps off, and set squawk 2000 and standby. There we go. Let's go and tell the ground crew they can come, deboard. No jetways here, of course. There they go. So I don't know where Dark Fury is. I believe he's landing. Oh, here he is.
On final 23.
Shall we watch Dark Fury's landing? No pressure there. Oh, I may not catch it. I may not catch his landing. We may catch it on the zoom out. I'm going to have to disappear though. Otherwise, I am going to be late. But thanks so much, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. If you aren't already, please do hit that subscribe button as we're heading towards 25,000 subscribers. To those of you who donated and contributed to the channel's upkeep during our stream today, thank you so much. Welcome to our Easyjet SimPilot members, our new guys. Thank you for the gift of subs as well. That is incredibly kind of you and very much appreciated. If you are a new member, get yourself on our Discord server into the members lounge as well. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. It's been a great flight with the small error of the Streamlabs at the start, no live weather, and then a constant server outage. Other than that, it's been a great way to spend the money. Thanks, guys. Look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Bye-bye.
1292, establish milepost, just 592.